Hey everyone, welcome back. So you guys, I just realized that July 4th is literally a couple of days around the corner, and we're gonna go ahead and just do a mani doing those colors. This is gonna be my inspo. Shout out to Soa Nails. I hope I said that right. So we're gonna do something like this. I'm going for the textured look today. Now you guys, these are my natural nails. I do have builder gel on, but I am gonna be using this color right here. It's called Elegance, and this is just going to create like a kind of like a flush tone base. This is the red I'm going to be using. It's called True Fire Brick Red. And then here is the blue that we're going to be using today, and this one is called NSFW, which by the way means not suitable for work or something like that. This is the white putty gel that we're going to be using today. It is a different packaging, and you guys, I want to show you something cool later on in the video about this. Now, since we are doing a textured video, we got to use like a clear. This is the clear that I have at hand, but you can use any clear that you want. And then of course we're going to have to use a no wipe gel top coat. And you guys, for the textured look, you actually have to use the no wipe top coat before you actually do the textured look design. So we're going to go ahead and use that in a minute. But we're going to go ahead and start with our base color. I am going to do it on my middle and my ring finger, and I'm only going to do one coat of this, cure it for 60 seconds, and then I'm going to go ahead and go in with my top coat and cure that for 60 seconds. So for this, I just wanted to get a flesh tone color down just a little bit deeper than what my builder gel is looking like. And like I said, for the textured look, you want, well, at least I want a shiny base, and then the textured look to look matte, just to give it some offset. So this is why I'm going in with a like a shiny top coat after, but you don't have to. You can mix it up. You can actually do a matte top coat in between. Okay, so now that we have these two fingers done, we're going to go ahead and move on to the red and the blue color. So I'm going to go ahead and just do this really quickly. I'm going to speed it up for you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and use the red on my thumb and on my pinky. So you guys, working with gels, you always want to work with thin layers. You don't want to go ahead and, you know, get a lot on your brush and then put a lot on your nail. It's not going to cure right. You're going to get wrinkles. Sometimes the gel under is not going to be fully cured and kind of feels mushy. So it's very, very important to make sure you work with thin coats. I'm going to go ahead and cure these about 30 seconds. The red ones for 30 seconds, and then once I do my blue, I'm going to do a full cure. Now you guys, I decided to start putting full cure in my videos because not everyone has the same lamp, and a full cure can mean either 2 minutes for some people, 60 seconds for others. But just when I say a full cure, just go ahead and do the full round for whatever your lamp does a full cure. For me, it's about 60 seconds, but like I said, for others it can mean for 2 minutes. And you guys, it's also important to have a cleanup brush. So you always want to have a cleanup brush nearby with some alcohol. And this is just to clean up either the cuticle area or your sidewalls before you actually cure and put it in the lamp. This is also going to help prevent any like gel allergies from, you know, creating, because 1 minute you're good with gels and then all of a sudden you're creating an allergy. Most of the time it's because it's on the skin and it's left on the skin and it wasn't cleaned up after. So again, go ahead and make sure you always have a cleanup brush with some alcohol and clean up around those cuticles and the sidewalls before you do a full cure. All right, you guys. So I know that I need to do a dip video for you guys. So just to let you know, a dip video will be coming out very, very soon. I'm trying to get back into my recording thing. It's a little bit difficult, but like I said, I missed you guys. So I'm trying to come back and pump out some videos for you guys. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about Madam Glam. So Madam Glam did give me a code for you guys to use. It's going to be for 35% off. This is Shea Dip Nails 35. And again, this is going to get you 35% off on any order. And I am going to leave the link also down below. The link is actually going to take you directly to their site, and the discount code is actually going to be automatically put onto your cart if you go shopping. So yeah, shout out to Madam Glam. Okay, you guys, so this is what we're working with so far. And now we're going to go ahead and get ready to go ahead and start with the middle fingers. So this is the dotting tool that I'm using. You can probably most likely just use any dotting tool that you have. And then I'm going to go ahead and use the Madam Glam detailer brush. This is how the tip looks like, which this brush is actually freaking amazing, you guys. I love it. So again, you're going to need a clear dip or a clear acrylic. Anyone will work. This is just the one that I have at hand. I'm going to go ahead and get my palette ready and get my colors on my palette. And you guys, I am going to be doing the pour over method. So I'm going to go ahead and use a cupcake liner as well. So I'm going to put that to the side. So this is actually what I wanted to show you guys. So the new packaging actually has this little like top on top of the color. Oh my gosh, it's so much easier than the foil. You guys remember my last video, it was a hot mess. So that having on top of it that you can just actually put it back on and then cover it, that's amazing. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and get my brush ready. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that my brush is completely coated all the way around and all the way through the bristles. So when I put my brush into the color, I like to also roll my brush in the color. And that's going to help it like get just like all of those crevices and get all my bristles painting in that color. So how I did this flower, you guys, is I actually pressed down and kind of did like a flickering motion. So I pressed down on the brush, dragging down a little bit, and did a flick motion. Now, you guys, again, this is my first time trying this textured look. So I was literally just praying for the best and hoping it came out on camera okay. But yeah, it actually did. It did pretty well, and I actually liked the way it looked. Now that petal came out a little wonky, but we are going to go ahead and go back to fixing it. Now you guys, no petal is ever perfect, so I wasn't too pressed to get it absolutely perfect on my nail. Again, you guys, this is actually the first time me recording, the first time me trying this look, the textured look. So again, I wasn't too pressed on it because I wanted to show you guys how like creators create. I am going to show you also a mess up later on. I put it on camera just because I wanted to show you guys not everything comes out perfect. So I actually decided to add the dotting flowers also. The original one, if you remember, I'm going to pop it up again. It had the just like the straight, like the regular flower looking ones. They didn't have no dotting flowers, but my nail is a little bit longer than hers and I need to, you know, fill in more of that negative space. So I felt like the dotting flowers were good to go. Now, if you look closer, this is what I mean when I said I messed up. My dots actually were like touching each other, and I absolutely hate when that happens. So we're actually going to go ahead and just do that dotting flower on my ring finger over. Okay, so now we're gonna take our clear, and like I said, we're gonna do the pour over method, and I'm gonna go ahead and pour it over the gel while it's still wet. I have not cured it. This is the most important part about the texture look, you guys. It has to be uncured and then covered in clear before you do a full or like a 30-second cure. I think I did a 30-second cure first, and then at the end I did a full cure just in case. But again, you have to pour on that clear while the gel is wet and then do your cure. Okay, so I got one of my little ombre brushes that's clean, and I'm gonna go ahead and just dust off all that clear just to see how it's looking like. Usually when you do this, from what I've seen, you only do the one layer, and honestly, if the gel is pigmented enough, one layer is absolutely fine. Now you guys, as for the dusting brush, I think one of those manicure brushes that you get from like the dollar store that are a bit rougher would probably clean off the clear a little bit better. My dusting brush just felt like it still left some grime in between. So that's just a little tip that me learning as I go kind of thing that I wanted to share with you guys. A harder dusting brush would probably be better dusting off that excess that excess clear powder. Okay, so right now we're doing the blue ones, and I decided to do the petals a little bit closer and also smaller just to see. And again, I like how it looked like, and we're also going to go ahead and do blue dot flowers as well. Okay, now that the blue is down, we're gonna go ahead and pour over the clear once again. Again, the gel has not been cured yet. We're gonna go ahead and just bump up whatever we can, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do a quick cure. And then we're gonna go ahead and move on with the white. Okay, you guys, so now we're gonna move on with our white putty gel. Now you guys, I actually underestimated how thick this gel was gonna be on the nail and how it's gonna look like. So I wanted to show you guys, I wanna see if I can get a quick close-up for you guys in a minute, but when I tried it and put it on, it kind of left, I don't know if you guys ever seen like when people did like icing and they did like little like flowers with icing. It kind of left like a little tail at the end because this pudding gel is very, very thick. I mean, like super thick. Like you can turn it upside down and it ain't gonna move. So I tried my best to get it on the nail nice and smooth and kind of clean, but it kept leaving those little like tails every time I lifted up my dotting tool, and I just felt like I knew it wasn't gonna lay flat, like it wasn't gonna level out. And I don't know, it just didn't work for this particular design. I feel like the putty gel is definitely more for when you make almost like a 3D flower or like lines and things like that. But I am going to show you guys a close-up of how it looks like before I decide to change it to like a regular just white gel polish. Okay, so I'm gonna try my best to show you guys how it looks bumpy and like it left those little like tails. So yeah, it just wasn't gonna work for this particular design. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do a wipe off, and with it's just a lint-free wipe with some alcohol on it, you guys. And like I said, I'm just gonna go ahead and go in with a regular white gel polish. I don't have one from Glam yet, so that's definitely on my list. And then we're gonna go ahead and just do those dot placements all over again. So I wanted to do them inside of every single flower, and then what I did in between like that negative space is I dipped my dotting tool once and kind of just did random dots. I like how that looks because the dots tend to get smaller, smaller, and smaller, and then it just looks more random. And again, it's just filling in that negative space. And of course, since we're doing a July 4th inspired mani, that white is absolutely perfect. Okay, you guys, so this is my final look. I'm so excited. It came out so freaking cute. All right, you guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and add some cuticle oil. This one is from Happy Cuticle. I actually just started using them because I wanted to get their like car diffusers, which by the way is bomb. But I'm gonna go ahead and add some cuticle oil, and yeah, like I said, this is our final result. I'm so happy it came out so good as my first time. Let me know what you guys think at the bottom. Don't forget about that discount code. And you guys, I will see you in the next one. Bye.